Back, boys and girls. More Dota 2 Asia Championships prepared to get underway. Na'Vi versus Team Secret. Gods, you look excited.
I got my juice box. It's smiling. I didn't
Wow, look at that. The fruit's smiling.
It's mixed berry.
Brought to you by Minute Maid.
The smile is
What
not
doesn't
a berry,
kill
though.
you makes you stronger.
Apple. Oh, so it's mixed berry, but there's apple in there. They had to get the apple, otherwise it's not a smiley face. Without the apple, you just got berries, and you can't make a smile out of the berries.
There's one thing they know how to do is market their fruit.
But they don't lie about it. Apple, grape, and berry juices.
The real question is, can Na'Vi and Secret market their fruit? This is a big game here. This is a little bit of a rivalry matchup, you know, some ex-teammates ready to go at it. Best of ones all the way. Team Secret, haven't seen them too much, but they've been looking hot so far. Will the hot streak continue here?
Yeah.
What are the Gods' odds for this? Ooh, that should be a show. Gods' odds. I like it.
Odds, all right. I like it.
You heard it here first. The Gods' odds. The Gods' odds.
Secret, 60 high percent.
60 high percent?
Yeah.
So like 68, 69, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah, that feels about right. I think Secret are
I was going to say,
definitely
I started saying 60, I was like, is it 70? It's probably around 70, but not quite.
Yeah, 2/3, something like that.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and look at the draft, see what these teams are working on here, and, well, who's going to get the first pick? It'll be Secret this go-around. Initial bans come out. Na'Vi take out the Brewmaster and the Dazzle. Secret ban out the Troll and the Rubik. Opens up for the first pick, Axe. Oh, all these bans make a good bit of sense, except the Rubik stands out as just a little different. I mean, Banscore's been playing a mean Rubik, don't get me wrong, but seeing him first ban, that's a lot of Rubik hate.
I think deciding it's one of the kind of key heroes when Na'Vi were doing well in those games yesterday, and I think there's definitely an argument to be made that that was kind of one of the key components of Na'Vi's draft. And that also, all these teams going up against Na'Vi, going up against HGT, they've got a lot of match footage. Well, they've got 5 games of match footage. I guess in Na'Vi's case, we've got 4, the Techies game not counting, but these games where these teams are doing every trick they could to just get into the main event. So it's a lot harder for Na'Vi. They come into day 2 where all these teams can actually prepare from just one-day-old matches. So Secret know, or at least have a good idea of what Na'Vi want. They're not afraid of the Magnus. This is something that Na'Vi for a while were first picking Magnus, but I mean, Secret just stomped a Magnus mid. There was the Mag Jug, which was picked up by Big Gods. They're like, dude, go for your Mag Jug or whatever if you want. We'll just beat the Mag in the mid lane. Send someone like a Lycan there once more.
I mean, Puppy is one of those mastermind drafters that, for a big event like this, a team that's been pretty quiet, you know they've been spending a lot of time theory crafting, practicing. I feel like they're a team that's what Puppy likes to do. Hand people over what they think they want. They're like, okay, you know what, take it. I've got a plan in store. That's like the Puppy approach to drafting. Very, very crafty. And I imagine he's got something to do with this Jug Venge. Nothing crazy about the Na'Vi opener.
And even if it's something they want and that can be very strong, a lot of the benefit of going into it's just knowing what your opponent's going to pick. That's where some teams like DK during TI4 had success, because you just never know what they're going to open with. Their first 2 picks differed from. I mean, they would just go all kinds. They'd occasionally pick to the flavors of the month, but then they'd go something completely out of the ordinary, pick 2 heroes that you never see in their first 2 picks, and you're just like, what? Why'd they first 2 pick Jug? No one picks Jug. Like, it's before Jug was popular, and like, teams just didn't know what was coming at them. So, Secret, in that kind of boat, they pick up a Chen in the first 2.
Okay, well, Chen has been actually getting some... Chen's been pretty popular in general this tournament. He's been banned out a couple of games. We've seen him played in a number of games already. I don't think this is too surprising. A classic Puppy hero from way back in the day. I've got no beef. I like seeing Chen, especially with all those changes recently. We've seen kind of an array of builds. The Ags been somewhat popular, not an every game type thing, but you can hit this really nice timing push if you kind of rush the Ags and go for that Granite Golem, get the HP buff. You can hit this really good timing around like 25 minutes or so, where you can try to just break high ground. And if you got those beefcakes, your Axe, your Centaur, it can be rough, and that's what Team Secret did in Game 1. They went for this huge strength core lineup: Axe, Centaur, and Lycan as their 3 cores. So maybe something that they have in mind here would not be too surprising.
It definitely seems like the era of these tanky melee cores and frontliners, and I mean, someone like Jug fits exactly that boat. Even though he's an agi carry, he's tanky. The way people are itemizing him, he's got magic immunity, invulnerability in some sense as well from the ultimate. So I think Chen complements those kind of drafts really well. Also a counter to some of the more popular ones like the Axe with the mech Hand of God to make it a lot harder to get that Culling Blade off. So we'll see how it works here. It's the Puppy hero. This is kind of what he's most well known for, at least in the past. So I'm happy if Chen's coming back. We get some more puppy Chen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dire's
Third and
ban.
fourth bans on the way out. Secret thinking hard about that fourth ban. First they take out the bat, then opt for the Ogre of all heroes.
Not sure about the Ogre ban. It doesn't seem like a Navi hero.
He's really
Doesn't
fallen
seem
off.
like a just good hero in general, but
His popularity was short-lived, and
Only
Bruno was
10
talking about it on
seconds.
the panel just a few minutes ago, or well, I guess like 20 minutes ago,
5
about how Ogre is
seconds.
sort of like the
Hurry,
disruptor. You know,
hurry.
very good when you're ahead, but once you start to fall behind, what does the Ogre really do for you? Yeah, Bloodlust is
Reserve
great if you have a
time.
Deucer or some big carry, but you know, multicast damage starts to fall off a little bit, and the Ignite
Dire
it
team
just
pick.
isn't, you know, that potent. So I guess something Secret don't want to play against. Lycan, banned out by Na'Vi, and maybe they did a little bit of homework here.
ooh,
Radiant
There
team
you go.
Night Stalker. That's a hero we're seeing here and there, and I think the right kind of hero to be playing against Secret, where you want to. I think you want to get aggressive. You don't want to let them just sit back, get their farm on RTs. You let them kind of dictate when and where the ganks are happening. Especially a Chen who's can't just say right from minute one, like, I'm going to level 1 smoke gank mate, or I'm going to just gank right off the bat.
Dire team
Chen kind of
now
has you
picking.
pick your timings. Like, you have to find those timings as opposed to like Avenge Skywrath, who can just always be ready to go gank or
Yeah.
look to rotate around.
I found Night Stalker to be a little hit or miss on this patch. One of the most potent things he has is the darkness, which limits the vision. You know, limits your ward vision quite a bit. Some
Yeah.
interesting utility there, but he's still not the easiest hero to execute with. Still very momentum based, and I feel like that 4-position Night Stalker that we've seen a little bit on.
Only
Who was
10
running that?
seconds.
That was,
Shit, I
it was, what's his name?
5
Was it-
seconds remain.
Was it the
PGG's teammate,
Yeah.
Screen.
Screen, yeah, the PGG Classic. There you
Reserve
go. Yeah,
time.
that's like one of the best ways I've seen Night Stalker utilized on this patch, I feel like. In that weird position 4 where you can just get so aggressive in that first night. The more classic, like solo mid farming or safe lane farming just doesn't quite seem to pack the punch that we've seen. But let's talk about these other heroes. Shadow Fiend, the third
Damn.
pick for Secret. Now the Warlock for Na'Vi. All right. For a second, I thought it was MVP Phoenix, but no. Na'Vi.
Taking possibly a page from the MVP Phoenix book. I'm wondering if this is a core. I feel like Warlock is not a good support hero.
I don't think so either. I feel like this, like, is this the Dendi hero here? Is this? I don't think it's a Vost.
Yeah.
Don't think it's. I guess it could be
I
funny.
think it's the mid hero. I either mid or
10
it's like a safe
seconds
lane
to
farm. To
pick.
me, Warlock needs farm. He's an ideal kind of solo hero. He just doesn't
5
do
seconds.
enough or can't really
Hurry,
be justified as a support really anymore.
Well, and that's how MVP run him. It doesn't really matter what
Reserve
lane
time.
they do it in, but they always prioritize Warlock's farm. They'll put him in the
Yeah.
off lane if they think it's going to be an aggro try, so we can get a 1v1 matchup. If he's safe, they make sure to have supports nearby. I think that's the way to do it. The Ag's Refresher is what makes him so potent. How do you deal with 4 golems? You don't, but ooh, my oh my, Big Mama Brood.
Zybrood. I think been seeing and hearing a bit about this. He's been feeding the brood, and it's well, the hero Na'Vi have nothing to deal with right now. No good wave clear, and in theory, Na'Vi were
10
looking for a last pick
seconds to
support
pick.
as well. If that Warlock is a Warlock Night Stalker Jug core, I think Secret said, well,
5
they've got all their
seconds.
cores. They've
Hurry,
got no
hurry.
Tide. We've got the Axe. We can fit in the brood so well, and this is
Reserve
such a nice
time.
draft for a brood.
Who are the key heroes that are good against Brood? LC is one that always comes to mind. Overwhelming odds is amazing. I guess
Yeah.
Anchor Smash is pretty good.
Axe is the best as far as like 1v1 lanes go.
Right, oh,
LC's
yeah.
pretty good. Yeah, Sand King.
Sand King is up
Meepo
there.
does pretty well. Obviously, Meepo not exactly a viable pick necessarily, but at this point, the problem is I think you need a support last pick. So it's like, where do you go as far as supports that can deal with a brood?
Position 4 Meepo, dude.
I think you almost... And the other thing is, Na'Vi with this, if this was going to be like a mid-Warlock, it means Night Stalker or Jug's going offlane and potentially in like some kind of an
Radiant's
offensive
back.
tri-lane. But you may just have to go like Vici Gaming style, put Jug in the offlane as a solo and run like a safe lane tri-lane too.
No,
with the
maybe it is a safe. Maybe it is a 4 Night Stalker. Actually, maybe they've been watching PGG.
You know, watching their CIS brethren.
Only
I mean,
Seeing a
it's-
page from their book.
It wouldn't be the craziest thing we've ever seen, Gods. That's for
Yeah.
sure. And then they could just
5
grab a more
seconds
standard
remaining.
offlaner here. You know, something like your Tide.
I think as far as support's going, the Sand King is definitely like the one
Reserve
kind of
time.
4-position support that can deal with a brood once you get some levels. And have a support who can then be left alone to just deal with the brood lane. I think that's the key thing here is this Jug Night Stalker, these heroes who are likely to be in that side lane against the brood, they want to get their levels, get their items, and then go off and fight and group up together. But,
Right.
Dire team now
it does
picking.
make it a bit hard. So Disruptor ban, I think just worried about some kind of strong support duo that can catch out the brood. Brood really fast in those webs, and that's where the glimpse into kinetic field is one way at least of trying to isolate and find the Brood. And you can find the Brood, at least to some extent, using that Wave of Terror for vision.
Also just an irritating hero to play against, you know, in general. Visage, the final ban from Na'Vi. That is interesting. I guess afraid of some of the push that Secret can put out, and of course a support that can push pretty well.
Hurry, hurry.
So Na'Vi have to think hard about this last pick.
Reserve time.
This is going to be a tough laning stage for them.
Yeah, so ambiguous. So like we said, probably a support, either Night Stalker or Warlock or the Jug. We keep bringing it up. Haven't seen it yet, but he can play the 4 and spend some time in the jungle if they really feel like they need to grab a core here. But then you're left with this very awkward array of supports. Only a few seconds left. They take the puck.
Okay,
so one of these is a support, gods. Who is the 4? Our stats man says go Black Warlock on the 4.
No.
We'll see if he's right.
That's a do nothing kind of Warlock.
Who's your ideal 4 here, gods? I think the Night Stalker's mine. I think putting him in that support role is not as bad as people think.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe the I want to say like the Jug is probably the most natural 4, but you need the Jug to be farming this game.
Oh my!
Jug has
Secret. Now they take the great aggressive support here. Lion very good against the puck. Blink initiation, the huge bursty finger. They've got some pushing power with the Brood and Shen. Another very well-rounded draft from Secret.
So go Black Warlock is going to be the play here. So he's going to be that 4 position. Well, he's not even. This is like a 5 position Warlock essentially.
Our stats man knew. He's giving me the gesture of I was right and you were wrong, son.
Oh, well, I wasn't. I was saying it's going to be a do-nothing Warlock. My statement still stands. I think this is going to be a do-nothing Warlock. This is a game where Warlock is going to struggle. Like, I'm expecting 5 deaths on Go Black by 15 to 20 minutes, you know?
See, that would have been the perfect bet
Brood.
in Bruno's Casino. 5 deaths on Warlock in 15 minutes. I think somebody would take that bet.
Brood just is going to be having a field day here, I think. The plan is to try and deal with him using like a Venge Juggernaut. I mean, the thing is, Na'Vi love trying these 2-1-2 steps where they put Go Black in the offlane dual lane, and he protects Funix, secures Funix farm, whether it's the Abaddon, the Warlock in this case, a Lich. But if you run a dual lane against your opponent who have a Brood, Brood will wreck the top dual lane. Venge Jug is okay-ish, and Venge has already got like the anti-Brood kit with the Sentries and Dust, but it's still a rough lane.
It definitely is.
You can't actually kill Brood, really. Brood's movement speed is just...
Gods, Go Black likes Abaddon so much, his effigy is actually Abaddon. I don't see Abaddon effigies very often. That is some serious love.
My shield up on you.
My shield up on you. See? Oh, gosh. Okay, so how are these lanes looking here? I got some good luck, have fun there from Habos. Looks like he's still in love. I like that. Radiant side, we've got Team Secret. It'll be S4 on the Axe and Kuroki on the Lion. Looks like they're the 2 slated for the bottom lane. That puts Puppey on the Chen in the Radiant jungle. Then we've got some cores here. Arteezy, he's on the Shadow Fiend with that Arcana. And off lane, it will be Zai on the Brood, rocking some Brood cosmetics here. The rare Spiderlings. Okay, watch out, gods. She's in style.
Well, watch out for her boss. He sure loves his Slakshmi. He's on the Juggernaut. Slakshmi. Looking for that top bounty room. We'll wait the second for our introductions. Veng's on the Vengeful Spirits shortly behind him, but top bounty room. Looks to be going the way of Secret, and our tour going to be off to a nice early start with that. So, rest of Na'Vi. We're going to see well, the Venge being played by Vengscore. In the mid lane, it's going to be Dendi, of course, playing one of his kind of signature heroes, the Puck. In the off lane, Go Black on the Abaddon, and Funnick going to be playing the Night Stalker, having already taken a bit of damage around that bottom rune kerfuffle.
Okay, and initial runes. All right, 1 to Arteezy and 1 to Funnick. So pretty even spread out of the gate. Initial wards coming down in the bottom. We'll see an Observer in the other side of the tree line. And in the mid, going right back there, we'll see a nice lane ward for Arteezy. So getting some good vision on Dendi in the mid. Will probably not be caught unaware. Dire using their second Observer for that top rune, so get a little bit of rune control also.
Yeah. So as far as lanes go, SF versus Puck, this is, I would say even, like, SF does really well here, especially already he's getting off some good souls up. Did go for the level 1 raise, and Archer's actually talked about this on his stream, like, why does he do this? And it's always about securing that, like, couple of early CS.
Bottle. You need to secure that bottle ASAP.
Yeah, get your bottle ASAP. You can make up for your souls with your razors later on. So it's kind of, it guarantees you farm, whereas if you go for the Necromancy and you don't get souls in like the first 2 creep waves, suddenly you're really screwed. You can try and play catch up using razors later, but you want to get the bottle as fast as possible.
Yeah, and it can also be a big risk as well if they rotate on you before you have that bottle. If you get poked a little bit, it's a bit of an unnecessary risk. Down bottom, Go Black and Funny. Kind of move into the jungle here just to intercept the pull from Kuroki. Looks like Puppey will have a pretty easy time in the jungle out of the gate. Nothing blocking him. Na'Vi did not invade, block any of his camps, so I would expect this Chen to be active perhaps sooner rather than later, depending on what creeps he's able to find. Already clears out a set of mud golems and very close to level 3.
Yeah, so the top lane Brood doing pretty decently here. 4 CS, starting to accumulate a couple of spiderlings, and once you get a big spider army, you've got to be very careful.
That's a lot of money you can feed away there.
Yeah, and the other thing is Brood used the Sentry to deward, and then Na'Vi dewarded, like, anti-Sentry to Sentry, which, end of the day, Na'Vi still have a Sentry in lane, but it's a second Sentry being forced out, and that means it's going to expire soon, and then Brood, with 2 Sentries down, either Vengskor has to buy more Sentries as a Venge, or Brood is just going to have to, like, walk all over this top lane.
And he also knows where that second sentry is, which is really important. Knowing before you get caught off guard is almost as important as killing it, I think.
They just have no kill potential. Like, Vengskor going for sentries and dust, but what's the plan to kill a Brood who's got the 413 movement speed already? You get another point or 2 in web, and you're up to, like, 450 move speed. Like, Juggernaut spin is not... You're not getting kills until Jug's level 6. And I don't know if you can survive this lane till then.
Yeah, Zai is doing very well, though. 7 CS now, halfway through level 3. This is pretty damn good for the offlaner. Somewhat comparable to that bottom lane. Warlock support, as you mentioned, a little lackluster, and it's not really doing much to secure farm for Funnick. He's on point with the solo Brood right now, which is obviously a victory for Secret. With the Chen in the jungle, you should expect them to have a little gold experience edge, at least in the initial part of this laning stage.
So, I haven't seen the Chen move out of the jungle just yet. Puppey just kind of happy to get his farm and levels early on. And
I wonder when we'll see the first smoke rotation from Puppey. He hasn't picked one up yet.
It's hard to smoke getting mid. Unless Dendy uses it all offensively to try and farm or harass, you're not looking at...
I feel like the Warlock is the easy target, though. He's in the off lane. Night Stalker can't really do too much to keep him alive. Oh, Zai, he gets dusted, but can they actually chase him down? Doesn't have the movement speed for the webs. Havost, dive in here. Zai moves into the trees, looking to fog, going for the jukes, trying to eat a path out of the trees, but Venge is there to intercept. Vengskor with good footwork. Blocks him in, and Havost will secure the first blood. Nicely played by Na'Vi. Vengskor knowing exactly where he wanted to go, and stops the retreat.
Yeah. Nicely played by Na'Vi, slightly misplayed by Zai as well. Like, didn't have a second weapon. Got caught in a position where he could have maybe ran upwards and just used it. He had the superior movement speed, so he even dusted up. I think he just outruns Havost, but yeah, didn't have a web to hide him.
And even when you're dusted, you can still run over the trees, so you can still fog. If you're on your webs, I mean. So despite being revealed, you can still kind of fog to some degree.
Easy triple raise.
Oh, mama.
Walked into that one. As Dendy will secure the room, but Arteezy happily will take the kill.
He'll take it.
He's going to be careful. Another triple raise or double. He only got mana for the double raise, but that may be enough.
There's a Hex there from Kuro and an Earth Spike. Gets plenty. Now a set of kills in the mid. Not quite the double for Artur, but 2-1 is Secret. Strike on back, and all of a sudden, Swagger Fiend here looking pretty strong.
Yeah, I think the laning stage is going really well for Secret in general. Like, the bottom lane, Funnick is getting CS, well, not much CS compared to S4, and that's in that 2v2 setup in a lot of ways. And
well, here we go. First smoke from Puppey will come right around the 5-minute mark. He's got Kuro with him. Where can they go? Venge in the jungle. They don't have vision, so they could roll the dice and just try to venture about, or they could go for the Jug. And it looks like they might actually luck into the Venge. Radiant do have an Observer ward down there. They see the Venge on the way, but they don't care. They're going right for Havost. Blade Fury away, and they will actually dive it. Nope, okay. They double back after the Shockwave flies.
Kuro's trying to come around from the tree lines to get the insta-hex off, but just couldn't quite get in range before the spin, so...
Yeah.
Luckily for Na'Vi, they don't give up that kill. If Havost dies there, they lose a lot of control over this top lane. The one lane which is going decently well for them. There's still a level 5 Brood who has his Soaring Bass. He can still do a lot of damage here, so still not easy for them. And this big Spiderling army right now is possibly just a straight-up dead Venge. Venge does have boots, but I don't really see a way out.
Yeah,
not without
continuing
TPs.
to poke. More spiders coming through. The Chen creeps as well. Puppey will eat the stun. Can Puppey actually live here, though? Dust comes out. They get the kill on bench. Puppey taking a lot of damage, but Havost falls first. Puppey with just a handful of hit points to spare.
Surround. Funnick is dead as well.
Oh, my gosh.
That mana drain from Kuro. Havost had 105 mana after that mana drain. Couldn't get up the Blade 3, which would have secured the kill, kept him alive, and maybe even led to another kill, but
a 3-0 in the top. Now 5-1. That whole time, Arteezy just farming away in the mid. That's a 1,400 net worth trade already at only 6 minutes. And they had the lead because Chen was in the jungle already. That's 3,000 golden experience.
Well,
Secret off to the races here. And even up top, Havost stunned up, Lion only level 5, but in comes Zai. They get the kill again on Havost.
It's just so tough. He comes back to the top lane. Even if they don't get even if he gets to the Blade Tree, they can chase him down. Brood, 470 movement speed inside the web with a huge spiderling army.
Mid lane, Dream Coil onto Arteezy. Funnick's there, a lot of follow-up damage. TP's on the way in. Artor will live for now. Funnick wants to find the kill, but the tower chopping him down. They do manage to bring down the Shadow Fiend. Puck gets off that last hit. Still a 1-for-1. S4 trying to get aggressive here, and will be forced back. 1-for-1, Secret still finding trades. Even when they take something that isn't completely in their favor, they still get something out of it. And again, up top, they're moving into the tier 2.
Zai's about to pick up his Midas too, so he's just going to accelerate his level gain. And Brood's one of those heroes where there's no real big item that you have to get right off the bat. So getting a Midas and just securing your late game farm
with a 7-minute Midas, he could still have an Orchid like at 15 minutes if this keeps up.
He is crazy farmed here. Havost, well, he's not the one who's going to be dead. Dendi trying to juke, but gets hexed up. Oh, 3-hero Impale as well. Sick plays from Kuro. They kind of walked into that one, but even so, Kuro's still healthy.
Funnick on the run. Can he actually survive this? Zai trying to chase him down. The fingers there to bring him down. Havost left at the tower, but the Chen army is on its way. Oh, Zai almost finds the kill. If only there was a shockwave. The cooldown was available. That would have been a death. Also, the shockwave hit 3 heroes on top of the Earth Spike from Kuroki. This is a disaster for Navi.
Dendi had to get that jaunt out, but level 1 phase shift and didn't have only has level 1 silence as well, so like a silence under the line was not going to last very long.
Look at this Arteezy. He's got something. That's a Yule's recipe, baby. The Spirit Bomb is real.
He can go any item this game. This is
he can go, exactly. He can go any item, and he chooses what's the right word here, guys? The trendy, the cheesy, the rage right now.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm excited.
It's like the
hot new thing.
Yeah. In middle school, you see all the other cool kids with it. You're like, I want one of those.
It is fun to watch. The Spirit Bomb, you see the setup, and it's just that, there's nothing you could do about that. It's very satisfying.
Yeah, this is just a hard game for Navi. They're playing 5v4, so it's hard, Andrew.
It's a tough life.
What has Warlock done this game?
I mean, look at Dendi mid. He's stunned up. Puppey's here. They're just going to keep the stuns going. An easy dunk for S4.
Well, top of us. Maybe going to go down as well. There's another nuke in 3 seconds. Zai can chase, but yeah, worried about it anymore.
What has Warlock done? Oh, down bottom. Funnick and Arteezy going blow for blow. Arteezy with the Shadow Razors. Another kill coming out for Secret. It's just not even about team fights. It's just little skirmishes around the map. Navi are just losing these 1v1s.
Yeah, I mean, for the Warlock pick, it didn't work out at all. The 2v2 lane that they had there, Funnick did not farm well against the Axe. He hardly farmed at all. And then all Warlock could do was say, look, you got to go fight. Nightstalker had to leave the lane to go fight, and then Warlock just sat there farming, leaching XP.
Well, now he
all for this rock.
And,
you know, he was leeching XP to get level 6 and then try and turn things around, and they're going to get a Lion kill. That's something, but it feels like very little.
An Omni Slash and a Chaotic Offering to get a support Lion. Meanwhile, you've got Arteezy farming in the bottom, you've got Axe farming in mid. That's a very minor gain across the slew of negatives on the...
That's like the one moment Navi been waiting for. Okay, Warlock's level 6, he's got his rock now. Now let's do something.
We've already passed the 1,000 gold per minute mark lead at the 10-minute mark. It's a 10,000 net worth lead for Secret. That is ridiculous. Well, Smoke, though, on to S4. He'll get the bounty rune before he dies, at least. Now silenced, and yeah, no way Axe is going to survive this one, despite having a Vanguard. Up top now, Zai thinking about making a move on Havost. No, he's out of mana. Okay, thought they were going to square up a little bit. So, all right, Navi actually get a good gank there. They get about a 1,400 net worth trade out of that. So little pickoffs like that will slowly get them back into this game, but now Dendi, Hex on him, finger onto Van's score. Perfectly played by Kuroki, knew the limits, knew Artor could get the kill on Puck, and Well, doing it in style there. They ping out Go Black. They want this one, Gods. Blink forward. There's the stun. Artor sets it up with the Shadow Rays. Good night, sweet Go Black.
10-minute blink on Kuro. This guy is just making plays happen left, right, and center. From like the mana drain earlier at the top tier 1 to that finger plus. The finger wasn't enough. He got the single right click on the Venge, knowing that the Puck was dead at the same time. Like, it's like, okay, Puck's locked down. You've got that kill. I'm going for this other kill. And he just barely takes his hero to the limit to maximize the damage output.
Yeah, I mean, Secret just playing so tight, so crisp. Yeah, they're dominating over Na'Vi, but they're doing it without making any noticeable mistakes here. This is very impressive play.
Yeah.
Now the Necro Book out on Broodmother. Zai ready to end this game sooner rather than later.
And they've got even Arteezy's blink is already up, so they're gonna have blink on him and the axe in a second.
Oh, Arteezy putting a Yule Scepter. Can they bring him down here? They don't have the ultimate from Puck. It's coming up just a couple seconds. He will almost channel the Requiem, but the swap into a silence.
No.
He wants to do the double pop. Can't do it.
If he got the double ulti off, that could have gotten really ugly. But now they get 2 for nothing.
But Zai knocking on the front door up top. Looks like they will be able to rotate over before he does any serious damage. 2 for nothing is good, though. Steps in the right direction.
It's a 3,000 gold step in the right direction. But it's like 3,000 gold, you're still really far behind.
Warlock still doesn't have any items.
That's the crazy thing. Like, it's the 2 for nothing trade gets you a 3,000 gold swing. But yeah, if you're getting a 3,000 gold swing, it means you're really far behind and still really far behind, considering it's 12 minutes in.
Now S4, he went Vanguard first, but he's got the Blink Dagger. 12 minutes for Vanguard, Blink, Tranquils, even Axe. Feeling the benefits of all these tower kills. I mean, 12 minutes, there is 1 outer tower remaining for Na'Vi. It is 5-1.
Yeah, and their high ground sieging capabilities when Brood gets Necro 2, Necro 3, they can have easy access to the Roshan pit as well with Shadow Fiend and Brood Chen, pretty nice Rosh lineup. All they're really waiting for is maybe the puppy mech to give them that big spike capability.
Wrong place at the wrong time, walks right into the Brood, but will actually live. Now Omni Slash comes out. They get a solo pick on the Brood. Maybe it was just bait all along.
Okay. That was a big Spiderling boost as well. That was a lot of gold for Dendy.
Cleans up. That gets Dendy about 400 off his Blink Dagger. Okay, Na'Vi showing a sign of life, plateauing the gold lead at about 12,000.
At 12 minutes in.
You try not to count Na'Vi out too early, but this is a ridiculous lead.
Definitely can't count him out, especially if that was those last few kills a bit sloppy from Secret. Perhaps I think Zai at this point, like his deaths like that, it takes 3+ heroes or something. It takes at least two big ultimates to kill him. So he's always just kind of creating space, a death hero there. It's kind of the Ice thing where he dies, but he gets a lot of golden XP in the process and helps his team take objectives elsewhere. And right now, it's Roshan.
Yep. And it looks like it'll go down easy peasy. Nothing Na'Vi can do about it. It'll be Arteezy to grab the Aegis of the Immortal. Secret again with a very clear game plan. Yule's Blink on the Shadow Fiend. And just about back up to max souls. Na'Vi, smoke rotation. They find Kuro. Dream Coil, silence, enough to bring him down. Another solo pickoff. They're starting to get quite a few kills here, Gods. Unfortunately, Secret are still just farming so effectively. It basically doesn't matter. Na'Vi getting these kills where it takes 3-4 heroes and Secret still just spread out working the map, it ends up as kind of a break even in the end.
It's like, yeah, you saw the 2 for nothing where it's like, oh, 3,000 gold swing as far as that fight went, but the farm, like the gold graph hasn't actually changed that much because Secret were farming in so many places. And the recaps only show the hero kill gold changes.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. So it's not just about the hero kills here, and that's where Secret are kind of hedging their bets on all fronts. Looking at item progression, Zai closing in on a Necro Book level 3. Puppy just about to have the mech. Looks like he's got it coming out on the Courier. Yep, Archie blows. So their items are looking good. That's 3 Blink Daggers now on their side. Dire-wise, Dendy does have a Blink Dagger now of his own, and Havost starting to find a little bit of farm. Mask of Madness, Yasha. Still not really online, but can at least do a little bit of chopping. Also level 11, so now Omni Slash a little more potent.
Yeah, Havost is in a good place. He's done well this game. Considering the lane he had and the inability they had of dealing with the Brood, Vang score. Surrounded by Spiderlings, he's going to go instant TP out.
Smart play there. Looks like a skirmish could break out up top, and that's an Omni Slash to bring down the Broodmother. Now the rest of the fight breaks out. Go Black gets hit by the Spirit Bomb, and they'll trade 1 for 1 here in different locations. So good news for Havost. It's a solo pickoff.
They're going to swing now down, looking to maybe take this last outer tower. It is daytime, and this is not easy for Funk to stay alive. Yules could set things up, and here comes S4.
Yep, there's the setup. No ulti, but S4 is there with a call, and this should be a dunk. Yep, there it is. TP in, and instant orb back from Dendi. He does not want a piece of this axe right now.
Yeah, all the secret cores in a good place, ready to fight. Only the Juggernaut keeping up on the Na'Vi side, so...
Yep. Wow, actually very impressive farm on Havost, you're right. Especially given the state of this game.
Yeah, he's not getting all the kills. He's not got a single assist, so when you're getting these big comeback kills, you're getting a big gold boost. But even so, like he's farmed pretty well in lane. Yeah, he's the top CSer right now. He's got more CS than anyone. Even if it's just by a couple, it's still
impressive.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't have map control, you look at their vision right now. They have no outer towers, one ward down. There are not a lot of safe places for Havost to farm. Then you look at Radiant Vision. They've got wards all over the place. They've got one up here, right outside of the base, a lane ward in mid. They're really feeling pretty good in terms of map control. Oh, here we go up top. Zai and Havost going to square up, and with that, Havost just says, I'm just going to TP out of here. I don't want any part of this.
Brood's a bit scary because if you get the Necrobook out and instant mana burn Havost, if he doesn't have mana for the Blade Fury or the TP out, he's just done for, so.
And even the Dire Ancients, they've got a ward on the high ground outside of Roche, a ward outside of the Secret Shop on the high ground. If anybody on Na'Vi try to go for the Ancients, it's a trap ready and waiting.
And that's where, like, Puck and Nightstalk are not good farmers to begin with. They can't flash from jungle. They almost just have to kind of rely on kills at this point. So for Na'Vi, they need to just hope they can find pickoffs in anywhere on the map right now. Maybe looking for another smoke gank soon. They have got the chaotic offering for Go Black. Speaking of which, he's put out mid lane.
Mid lane, the Spirit Bomb, one hit
Bottom
KO.
lane.
Now down bottom, another fight will break out. Havost, he'll get turned into a little fishy. But Kuroki, nice stun on two. TP's coming in, finger on Havost. S4 with the Berserker's call on Vanscore, just taking tower shots. It'll be Havost trying to run for it. They get the kill on Venge. No surprise on that one. Can Havost make it out, though?
There's a blink on the SF. Shoot him, though.
Whoa, they miss all the spells. Cute little spot there from Havost. It'll actually ensure his survival.
I don't think they realized he Quelling Bladed through. They just thought he was hiding in the tree patch. So really nice little play there. Top lane, though, being pressured. Brood doing Brood things.
Yep, forces out a glyph. Dendi unable to finish off all those spiderlings. Does a lot of damage. That will be enough to repel good old Zai here on the Broodmother. But even just forcing out the glyph at this stage in the game is actually pretty important. Now Secret, if they catch an opening, they can look towards the high ground if they're so inclined and just kind of burst down a structure.
Yeah, this is looking rough. The Aegis is about to expire, I guess, which is the partially good news, but SF has an Eagle Song, and I wonder if this is even like an E-Blade type build. I feel like Butterfly is good, of course. The evasion's nice, but I feel like you could even with all the raise damage that he's doing right now, his damage output is largely magical. So an E-Blade could maybe be even better than going for the Butterfly.
Is it possible to do the Spirit Bomb thing with an E-Blade? Can you like E-Blade them in time to do it? No, I don't think so. It has to be like instantaneous.
The E-Blade is more like for your raises.
Just for the raises.
And also just to help deal with the Omni Slash as a defensive tool, but you can E-Blade raises.
I think it'll be a Butterfly, even though they're really far ahead. I mean, either item will, be okay. You can kind of do what he wants, but the Butterfly is just, what do they have against that? There's no MKB on the horizon, no Hex. It makes him pretty damn close to immortal, to be honest. That's a huge jump in the EHP. Look at the Secret just stealing Dire Ancient stacks.
Why not?
No,
what's going to stop them? Yeah.
It's more, again, a comment to Secret, just they control the map so well. They farm their side. You've got Zai in the Dire jungle. You've got Puppey in the Radiant jungle. And you've got S4 who's just stealing the enemy's Ancients. There's nowhere for Na'Vi to farm in this game.
Yeah, they can't just send one or two heroes to a lane. Well, one hero to a lane to farm. There's so much just pick off potential on the Secret side. Not many of the heroes can deal with Brood, so they're just constantly letting Brood control the entire Dire jungle plus top lane. When the Brood gets close to the tower, that's when Navi's like, okay, let's at least send a few heroes now to clear out the spiderlings. But when Brood's just in this creep wave up in the top lane, they're worried about Brood having like an axe sing behind with a blink dagger ready, even just Kuro on the line. If he's there with a blink hex impale type play, Na'Vi die. So they can't even deal with the Brood except at the base. Like Brood's not going to just walk up to this top lane, get a tower and Rax anytime soon, unless Na'Vi lose a bad fight. But they can't gank the Brood in any fashion.
Yeah, or at least if they do it, it's rolling the dice. They can't do it and have a pretty definitive clean kill.
So
Havost gets an SNY. He's tanking up a little.
Yeah. Navi just running out of options here. They're going to deward the cliff here at the top, which is handy, but...
Okay, that's something, I guess. A little bit of vision control. Secret are actually all grouped up here. They've got 4 heroes inbound. Arteezy clearing out some Ancients meanwhile. And coming out on the courier, it is the Butterfly. So no E-Blade today, gods. Meanwhile up top, yeah, the initiation comes out. Van's going to be the first to go down. S4 showing off that BKB. Chaotic offering flies through. They do get the kill on Lion as Dendi gets very aggressive. Now Omni Slash bouncing around all the Chen creeps. Does next to nothing. And now Havo stunned up by the Centaur army. Locked in place. Can they actually find the kill? The upheaval doing some serious work. Nice play from Go Black, but now Arteezy thinking about a Spirit Bomb type play. Nope, just a Yules, looks for some Shadow Raises, still holding on to that Requiem for now. They find Go Black, Berserker's Call is there, Dunk to find the kill. It will be a 2-for-1, but that's all Secret needs to look towards the high ground, and that Glyph still on cooldown from Zai's pushing antics earlier. Tier 3 gets melted, and now the barracks exposed. Now Dendi comes in, Waning Rift or back. Funnick trying to get manly here. He's got a BKB, and they'll just fight right through it. The right clicks are enough, he's dead. Still a 4v3 on the field. Barracks go down, and now Secret thinking about making an exodus. Or are they? Avos trying to get aggressive, but again, they just man up and throw out the right clicks. S4 still alive, but just barely gets the dunk on Vanscore before they bring him down. Juggernaut ends the streak, gets a little bit of bonus gold. So Navi get a little bit out of this, but you can't even call it a hold here, gods. Just the range racks are standing.
This is not good at all for Navi. Losing their base and getting a kill here or there, but Dendi now possibly caught out as well.
Uh-oh, down he goes. Puppy is just so damn good with these Centaurs. He's got him in the right place at the right time, and if you're caught without a phase shift, without a Blade Fury, you better believe he's got some chain stuns coming your way.
Yeah, and Puck's still just only level 3 phase shift, so he can't use that phase guaranteed blink out. Level 13,
that's so rough for Dendi.
For Secret, they're just, this game's in their hands now. It would take, essentially it's Secret's game to lose. There's nothing Navi can do. Their base defense, like Night Stalker, is just not a come back from behind kind of hero. Juggernaut just can't really fight into it. The Chen creep Blue Sword just tanks up the whole Omni Slash. So even trying to fight it, even if you clear out the main creep wave, these tanky Chen creeps just, I mean, say hello Omni Slash. What did it do? It did next to no damage.
It got a Centaur to about half health, and then Chen used his Hand of God, and everything he achieved from that was completely mitigated.
Yeah, like your Axe, if he's in the front lines, has the call as well to boost up his armor to tank it up. So
yeah, and that's one of the cool things about Chen against the Juggernaut is you can split the Omni Slash around all those heroes. The ultimate from Chen literally counters it completely because it spreads the damage around. It's pretty potent. Now S4, ooh, is he going to be caught out in the jungle? Funnick uses the BKB, goes in, hits him with a Void, throws out the crippling Fear. But there's some support inbound. Vanscore's here. Meanwhile, on the other side, Spirit Bomb on the Go Black. Not going to be the one-hit KO, but Arteezy still doing a lot of damage. They find the kill there. Vanscore will be in some trouble. Juggernaut does get the kill on Chen. And now maybe they can clean it up.
They're going mid-racks meanwhile, by the way.
Oh, God. Yeah, there you go. Zai's just in the base. Dendi, he'll TP back. And, oh, maybe we should be talking about S4. He'll get stunned up. Trying to turn it around. Nope. He's going to go down. But, like you said, it doesn't really matter. In the mid, they give the finger to the Puck. Lion finds the kill there. And now they get the melee barracks. Not worth it for Navi.
Yeah. Navi, they have to just throw so much to even find, like, a kill hero there. They're getting the Axe eventually once his BKB's one off, but their base in tatters now. Havos's gonna die once more. He has got the buyback, but
he'll use it. It doesn't matter.
Very grim.
Middle barracks has fallen.
Does not seem like it really matters all too much at this point. One lane of barracks still standing. Secret will back out for now. Zai moving into Dagon. The Dagon level 2.
All right. I like this. In burst damage at this point, it's you can just take a hero out of the fight. But especially when you're pushing, it's really nice because you don't even have to kill the target with a Dagon nuke plus spawn spiderlings. It just forces them back to the fountain. They have to go back. They can't defend. Opens up to take that final lane of Rax. And well, that last Rax is going to be so easy with an Aegis in hand.
No doubt about it. 27-13. Secret still holding on to this 1,000 net worth lead per minute. Gonna breach the 25,000 threshold here with that Roche kill, I think. And yeah, another Aegis onto Artor. He'll just go into a Satanic, has the HOD now, and recipe already purchased. Just needs a little bit more to grab that Reaver.
Yeah, this is all over, I gotta say, Andrew. I don't think there's any turning this one around.
I think not. Even if Secret do something really clowny, dive the base, dive the Firebush, doesn't really make a difference. I think they could afford to do it a couple of times. Even now, Aghanim's Scepter up on Puppy. Look at this farm, 25 minutes, Arcane Boots, Mech, and Ags.
He's got plenty of Ancients to choose between as well.
He's already heading over, so probably going for the Golem. Although the little Thunder Hides are pretty cute.
At this point, you can probably just choose based on which is the cutest. Like, I'm gonna pick you.
The Slam movement speed slow is not that bad. I mean, I don't know. The Thunder Hides are a little lackluster.
It's 270 movement speed. You can't even like get it in for the clap.
They're just so bloody slow. It's like you have to burn one of your creeps on the stupid Cobalt guy that gives you the speed aura just so your creeps move at like an okay rate. They're still dreadfully slow, but at least it's somewhat manageable.
Well, it's easy now. Butterfly Satanic, he was pretty invulnerable before, but...
Zai walks into a sentry, but it expires right as fan score swaps. Just keeps getting worse for Na'Vi.
Yeah.
All right, down bottom. Is this the final push here, gods? The final fight for Na'Vi? Can they make the whole... Ooh, chaotic offering to get it started. Dendy goes for Arteezy. But what's the follow-up here? Arteezy may well go down. Remember, he's the Aegis carrier. They're doing everything they can to keep him up. Puppey will use the ultimate. The all-heal flies through. S4 now taking a lot of damage as Omni Slash comes out. But Arteezy lives through it with the Yules. A lot of damage, still no kills onto the Dire. Finally, Funnick falls. Secret moving closer to the well. Go Black turned into a little fish as Van Score takes the finger. Now the Earth Spike onto Go Black, a buyback from Axe of all heroes. S4, he's sad watching his team get all the kills. He wants some of the action too. Unfortunately for him, not going to be able to make it back in time. Can't afford or does not have VOTs. And that'll be it. GG from Na'Vi as Secret take another dominant win.
They've had, two very one-sided games. Big God as well as Na'Vi, two of the opponents you wouldn't consider like the top 3 contenders necessarily coming in, but still very teams that can always battle it out with the tier 1 teams. Na'Vi in the past especially, Big God just based on their lineup and the players who are there. So it's still a good start for Secret. They've definitely not had a tough day one like maybe you look at a team like EG, but hey, it's a good start. This is this team's roster first appearance in any official tournament.